What up, what up, what up? This your boy X coming to you from PressPlayOnYourDestiny.com. And I know this video is going to look a little different than all the rest of the videos. I'm actually using a new software that allows me to kind of toggle between my actual computer screen and the webcam. So while I'm talking and I'm focusing more on the internet, you may not see me, you'll still be able to hear me, but you'll kind of see the internet a little bit more, but I'll try to make sure you can still see me too. Um, I'm not sure if a lot of you guys know, but I am also a business consultant. I'm a graphic designer and a marketer as well. Helping people start their business is a passion for me. I put it out on Facebook. I was like, if anybody wants me to do a video on how to start a business, how many people will watch it? That's what I said. I said, well, if I do a video, how many people will watch it? And I got quite a few responses. So here is the video on how to start a business. I do this professionally, but I'm also a big advocate that everybody should start their own business, especially because of the economic downfall. I mean, a lot of people aren't able to find jobs. So one of the more important things here is to at least start a business, even if you aren't, even if it's not, if it doesn't turn out well in the beginning, at least you can say that you tried and you continue to go. Because the one thing about business is, Les Brown said it best, you'll fail your way to success. I mean, I've been in many business ventures and I'm finally starting to get into something that really works. So a lot of the things about business is finding what works for you. You're going to go through a lot of bumps and bruises when you start, but um don't let the fear of failure stop you from at least starting your business. You'll never know what works and what doesn't work unless you start and try it, okay? And even if you're doing it part time, eventually you can do it full time. I preach business, business, business to people all the day, all the time, because I believe that everybody, with the proper training and the proper tools and the proper mentorship, can run and sustain a successful business. All right, so we're just going to get right into it. There's a couple of things that you want to do first before you even start the business, okay? And first, you got to figure out what you want to do, okay? Um, and when I'm talking about doing a business, I'm talking about doing it legit, legalized. I don't do anything halfway when it comes to my businesses. All of my businesses are registered with the state. They're registered locally. They're registered with the IRS, and all of the proper paperwork is filled out. I know a lot of people who have great business ideas, but they lack um, the force structure of their business, actually taking the time to do business plans and to do marketing. And a lot of people honestly don't have money for that kind of stuff, because to get a proper marketing campaign for a business, advertising business plan, in order to get something good and solid, it costs money, and a lot of people bypass certain steps in business because they think that it's either A, too hard, or B, um, they don't have the know-how. And my whole thing is this: believe it or not, the process of starting a business is easy. It doesn't take very much to start a business. And when I say that, I mean, if you have an idea and you have a little bit of money, it won't take you that much to get it legit and running in itself. Now, what takes time is growing and developing with your business, finding out what works, what doesn't work. That's what takes a long time, and that's typically where people fall off when it comes to their business, when they normally give up. And so that's it. But to actually start the business is pretty much nothing. So I'm gonna go through this whole video, and you'll see how easy and how fast you can start a business. Real easy, okay? And just remember, if you ever have any questions, you can email me, subscribe to the channel, shoot me a message on the inbox, shoot me a message in the comments, and I'll be more than happy to help you. All right, so let's get started. I've started at least 15 businesses. Okay. When I say started them, I mean went through the process of legalizing the paperwork. I've actually started LLCs, nonprofits, S corps, C corps, you name it. And I have a lot of experience in general with just business and helping people get started with it. So I'm more familiar with the Florida system, but I am very versed. I can get into any state's incorporation system and figure out how you start your business in your prospective state. Because I know this video is on in YouTube, so I'll have a lot of different people. But for the purposes of just showing you how to get through the process, we're gonna deal with Florida, the Florida system of starting a business. Okay. And it's pretty similar anywhere else, so you'll kind of get the point. All right, the first thing you want to do is, of course, if you have the idea for your business and you already know the niche, you already know what you want to do. The first thing you want to do in making your business legit is go to your state's Division of Corporations website, okay? And you're gonna lose me for a minute because you should still be able to see the screen up here. In Florida, the Division of Corporations website is www.sunbiz.org, okay? This is the Divisions of Corporations website right here. This is where you actually start your business. Give my computer a minute. This is the website where you actually start your business here, okay? You can start an LLC, you can start a nonprofit, you can start a for-profit company, pretty much anything. But in the state of Florida, the Florida Department of Division of Corporations, okay? And what you want to do, depending on what you want to do, let's just say you want to, let me see, it's up here. Oh, e-filing services. Okay, there's a couple of different options you can do when you're on this website, okay? And I want to throw some business options out here to you guys. First of all, you could be a nonprofit, which is a not-for-profit company. I'm pretty sure a lot of us are familiar with nonprofit companies are. For more information, you could just Google it. But a nonprofit is pretty much a business that's not in business for profit. They're pretty much for causes, advocate for causes, and things like that. Now, if you want to start a for-profit business, you can go about this a couple of different ways. You can start a incorporation, which would allow you to do any and all lawful business unless you state otherwise. And you'll see that once you fill out the paperwork, and I'll even show you the form on here, okay? Um, Also, you could become what they call a sole proprietor. A sole proprietor is kind of somebody that, let's just say, you do something independently. There's not a lot of liability involved with it. I'm gonna just say anything dealing with food or anything, you don't want to become a sole proprietor. But let's just say you sell, you make, you make like jewelry or something like that, okay? And you make it yourself, you make it out of your house, and things like that. Then you would want to file what they call a fictitious name. Now, in the state of Florida, if the business is your name, then you don't have to register it. And that's what's pretty cool because you don't have to go through any verification processes because it's you. But it has to be your whole full name. Now, if let's just say, okay, my name is Albert Shaw, okay, and I have a business, my graphic design business is considered a fictitious name. The name of my business is Quantum Dynamics Creative Arts and Print. That's the name of my company, but it is a fictitious name. A fictitious name is a just another name that you go by in business. Okay, so instead of being called Albert Shaw's graphic design and print, I call it Quantum Dynamics, and my name is linked to that business. But as a sole proprietor, everything, all liability falls on me as a business owner. Okay, if I own a business, all of the liability is going to be on me. If anybody want to sue me, the liability is going to fall on me because I am a sole proprietor. That means I myself, I am the business. Okay, so If you have something that there's not a lot of liability in it, then that might be a way that you want to go because it's the least expensive way to go. Now, if you want to become a incorporated business, meaning your business has its own entity, now I have another business called Extreme Profit Builders Incorporated. Extreme Profit Builders Incorporated is its own entity. So you have you, and then you have your business, which is not, it's only connected to you through your name for the most part. So if somebody sues you, they would sue your company, unlike being a sole proprietor where they would sue you directly. They could go after the company's assets in the case of an INC company. And then you have the next thing, which is called an LLC, which is a limited liability company, which is one of the best companies, I want to say, for like catering companies or anything that deals with high liability, like food or medical practices or things like that. Having those as LLCs, I think, is a great thing. But again, do more research, and you'll get a lot of information on that. Another good website to go for information on what route you should go to incorporate is the SBA, Small Business Association, SBA.gov. Great website to go to. So, anywho, it looks like I'm gonna have to do a couple of different videos on this, but what you want to go to is e-filing services right here. And we're going to go with starting a Florida Profit Articles of Incorporation. So what you want to do is you just want to click on it. Of course, you see that the LLCs, all that other stuff is there. Whatever, the nonprofits, whatever you decide that you want to start with is going to be right there, okay? So right here, you got submit document and fees to start a new Florida profit corporation, okay? And you can click right here. You can read the disclaimer statements, but for the most part, you're just going to click here, and you're going to add the filing and pay the fee, okay? As you can see, the required filing fees are $70 right here, okay? And then if you want to get a certificate of status or a certified copy, you would pay an additional $8.75. Now, what I want to tell you about this is that the certificate of status just states that your business is in compliance with the Division of Corporations, okay? And these things have to be put up in your business in a place that can be seen. And a certified copy, you can actually print once it actually goes through. It may take it takes up to like 2 days, 1 or 2 days to actually start the business and get it legalized. So the certified copy, I don't normally get a certified copy because once the document is complete, you'll have it on your, they'll send it to you in an email and you can just print it. So unless you just want a certified copy, you could do that. Gonna lose me again. So right here, you just got your corporate name, fill it out. Corporate stock shares, depending on how many of you guys it is. I'm sorry, you could put 100, you can put 2. It doesn't really matter. This isn't important right now. The corporate stock shares, stock shares, tripping. Then you have your principal place of business. Just fill that out. Then your mailing address. If your mailing address is the same, then just click this and then it'll populate this with the same thing. Now, the register agent. The register agent can be yourself. It can be another business, or it could be whoever is filling this out. If you're filling it out, you will put your information at the top and leave this blank. The register agent signature, just put your name right in there. Okay, then the incorporator name and address. If it's you, put your information here and put it right there. All right. So the corporate purpose, unless you have a like well thought out business plan and stuff like that, then you can put in here what your actual purpose of the business is. But for just default, just click on the corporate purpose is any and all lawful business. Okay, click on that and that'll be the corporate purpose. Put the correspondence name and email address, and you just follow it. If you got any directors and officers in the business, just put them in there. That's all you have to do. Real easy, real simple, real simple. Fill it out, continue. Once you hit continue, it's going to take you to the payment page. You're either going to pay $70 or $78, depending on what you chose up here at the top, and give it a couple days. There's your business. I have to do more than one video because I only get 15-minute increments. So watch out for the next video where I'll show you how to get your EIN number. All right, check me out, you guys.